Hey guys, this is James with thegraymattersblog.com coming to you on another one of my walks through the beautiful South Texas woods. Today I have a story for you guys all about monsters, which is one of my favorite subjects. This story is called Small Monsters, and I'm going to read it to you guys, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. Johnny's house is full of monsters. None of us are too scary. I mean, we're all small monsters. There's the one that wheezes and moans that lives in the closet. There's the one that drags chains across the attic floor. Then there's me. I live under Johnny's bed. Every night, Johnny leaps into bed so I can't grab his ankle. I'm the reason he never sticks his foot out from the covers, no matter how hot it is. Sometimes, if he's feeling really brave, he'll peek under the bed. When he does, he'll see my glowing red eyes. I mean, I am mostly eyes, and hands, and teeth. One night, I was creeping around the house while Johnny was asleep. Sometimes I hide his mom's car keys. Sometimes I raid the fridge. As I was peering out the window, I saw a black figure skitter up the driveway. It was huge, but slung low and long like the shadow of a tiger. I watched as it flattened itself impossibly and crept under the door. My blood would have run cold if I had any. That was a monster. Not a small one like me or the guy in the closet. That was a real one. I crept silently to the stairs and peered through the rail at it. It had a gray, gaunt face with hollow black eyes and mottled, patchy skin. Its claws clicked as it crawled up the stairs. Oh God, it was headed to Johnny's room. I didn't know this thing specifically, but I knew its type. It would do something horrible to Johnny. Maybe it would eat his insides and leave the hollowed-out husk in bed with his parents. Maybe it would paralyze him and swallow him from the feet up. Maybe it would crawl inside him and make him do horrible things. Whatever it did, it wouldn't be good. My hands shook and my teeth chattered. I did the only thing I could think of. I ran back to Johnny's room and hid under the bed. The door creaked open and the thing slithered into his room. It reared up, almost touching the ceiling, and loomed over Johnny's bed. I could just see its feet from my hiding place. I was so afraid, but I had to do something. Yeah, I scared Johnny, but he was my boy. As the thing was reaching out to pull back the covers, I gritted all my teeth. I knew what I had to do. I might only be a small monster, but I was a bed monster, and this was my bed. I reached out and wrapped my long fingers around the monster's ankle. I have a lot of fingers. It growled and hissed, noticing me for the first time. It tried to jerk its foot away, but it couldn't. My grip was like iron. After all, I am mostly hands. The monster started thrashing as I jerked it off its feet and started pulling it under the bed. It lashed me with its claws and screamed silently as I drug it into my darkness. It tried to fight me, to rip me apart like it would a human, but with one great crunch, it was over. After all, I am mostly teeth. In the morning, Danny's mom scolded him for the weird stain on his bedroom carpet. She also got mad about all the missing Oreos, but she blamed that on his dad. The Oreos were me too. I'm glad everything worked out okay. Danny's my boy, and no one gets to scare him but me. So guys, that was Small Monsters. As you guys have probably figured out if you follow mine and Sharon's stories very much, we do both really like horror, and we kind of like the weird childlike aspect of horror where it's kind of the terror that you see in the world when you're a little kid. So that's always a favorite thing of ours. I'm also a giant fan of the anti-hero. I really like it when something like the bed monster is the hero. By this point, there's kind of a well-worn trope of the bed monster or other childhood fear monster turning into the hero, and I'm a real sucker for that. A long time ago, I wrote just a couple of lines of poetry that went, I cried out in places where the angels fear to tread, so they sent a guardian demon to watch over me instead. And I think that kind of is the vibe for these kind of stories that I'm always a real sucker for. I really like the thing that's scary, the thing that maybe is a little antagonistic to you, but ultimately is on your side. I think that there's a lot of life that's kind of like that. The things that we may think are after us, out to get us, and that are our stumbling blocks, and the things that make our lives harder, but ultimately they're there for us. So that's kind of something I really enjoy. If you like or have read or listened to very much in the creepypastas or SCP, which is Special Containment Projects, which is basically just internet urban legend horror stories, both of them, and I always feel those are related. This definitely has vibes kind of coming from both of those, so that's kind of the inspiration for this point, or that's kind of the inspiration for this short story. If you guys liked it, please give us a like, please subscribe, check us out on the blog, check us out on Facebook, and I'll catch you guys on our next walk.